Mr. Adani has been investigated by various countries across the globe ever since those warrants have been issued by the United States. Total Energy of France has decided that it will not make any fresh investments in the Adani group. Remember, Total Energy is one of the top 7 energy companies in the world. It has a 20% stake in Adani Green. They have decided no fresh investments. All investments have been stalled. We all know that the American agency is now reviewing whether the funding should be allowed or should not be allowed for the Sri Lankan port that has been given to Adani. We all know Sri Lanka itself is reviewing the Adani power deal, one that became a reality thanks to the intervention of Prime Minister Modi. Israel, the Haifa port is facing huge challenges with labor unrest. The Kenyan government has already cancelled a port, an airport and a power deal. Bangladesh court has ordered a probe into the Adani power deal. Australia has seen rampant charges of corruption and rampant protests all across Australia against Mr. Adani. Switzerland has frozen about 2,617 crore rupees connected to Adani on charges of misdeeds. America, of course, has issued the warrant. But in India, Mr. Adani continues to be safe. No questions are going to be asked to him. Not a single agency is going to act. And the government is going to look the other way and will do all it can to protect Mr. Adani. The reality is that ratings agencies like Moody's and Fitch have downgraded Adani stocks and have kept their downgrade outlook to negative. They have also said it's unlikely the outlook will be revised to positive. It is very likely that they will be downgraded further. So this morning, the entire ecosystem of Gautam Adani and his company got together and issued certain statements. And it's important to remind what those statements are. A very senior lawyer in this country who, of course, first gave the caveat, I'm not here to defend Mr. Adani, defended him with all the authority bestowed on him. He told reporters present there that count 1 and count 5 of the Department of Justice order does not name Mr. Adani. And that's the beauty of how lawyers sometimes skip the naked truth. The naked truth is that the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act mentioned in count 1 and count 5 can only be applied to American citizens. And because Gautam Adani is not an American citizen, his name doesn't feature there, but the reality is incriminating evidence and various mentions of Adani all through the order feature, and I will just talk about that in a bit. Azure Power, Adani's partner in America, has been named in count 1 and count 5. The reality also is that the documents of the grand jury of the Department of Justice very categorically state, and I will quote here, in para 47, it clearly says that Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani and others devised a scheme to offer, authorize, make and promise to make bribe payments to Indian government officials in exchange for causing state electricity distribution companies to enter into PSAs with the Solar Energy Corporation of India. Para 49, this is para 47 I quoted. Para 49 goes on to say that they offered and promised to Indian government officials approximately 2,029 crore rupees in bribe for exchange of causing the state electricity distribution companies to execute the power supply agreements. It doesn't just end there. Para 70 goes on to name the Indian government PSU, the public sector undertaking right under the nose of the central government, the Solar Energy Corporation of India, which comes under the aegis of the New and Renewable Energy Ministry. And it says that SECI was influenced to change its process of allocating 2.3 gigawatts of PPAs to India's energy companies. Those are the charges. Very, very strict charges against a government PSU, and the reality is that not one person who has held that ministry, Piyush Goyal, R.K. Singh, Prahlad Joshi, not one person comes to the fore and makes any case for it. An Indian PSU being named in the order. One of the arguments that the BJP gives very often is that these charges are being made in the US. Why do we investigate? Well, this very BJP government, headed by Narendra Modi, got the CBI to investigate Embraer, which was facing similar charges in the United States in the Department of Justice, got them to investigate the Louis Berger bribery scandal, which again was being probed in the United States, and certain things were revealed in one of the courts of New Jersey. Why did that happen then? Why does one turn a blind eye to Mr. Adani but not to Embraer and to Louis Berger?